Insurance for your office. What types of coverages do you need? What do you need to know? How much should it cost? We're going to explain it today. Hi, Ryan Hanley here, founder and president of Rogue Risk, where we do insurance differently, specifically by giving you the knowledge and information that you need to make the right insurance decision. If you like these videos, if you appreciate the information, please pound that like button. That tells YouTube to show this to more small business professionals like yourself. And if you're interested in insurance in general and want updates, hit subscribe. All right, so when it comes to insurance for your office, the first policy that you're going to need is most likely, this is the vast majority of the cases, 95+% of the cases in which you are operating your business out of an office or an office environment or some sort of hybrid office work from home environment, is a business owner's policy or a BOP. The reason for this is it includes a whole package of coverages, which normally would be much more expensive and much harder to get if you were to buy them all individually. Companies package them all together and sell them as what's called a business owner's policy or a BOP. And this is going to include your general liability, your business property. If you own the office building itself, it'll include coverage for that building. It's going to include business interruption, loss of use. It's going to include all kinds of different things. It might include personal injury liability. It might include things like employment practices liability. It's going to include money in securities, and like I said, a whole ton of different coverages, many of which will have small supplements, but if you do have a loss, all those supplements start to stack up when you actually pay out a loss. So very good policy to have. Companies tend to be pretty commoditized in terms of their BOP policies for most types of risks, most office environments, but it's important to shop around and make sure you can find the right carrier for your line of business at the right price, and that you're looking into that policy to make sure that you have the right endorsements that are particular to your business. The other type of coverage that you're most likely going to need is workers' compensation. And workers' compensation used to be fairly straightforward for office risks when everyone was in one place. But now that we have these hybrid work environments where many employees are working maybe completely from home or are doing some sort of hybrid home work, maybe 2 days in, 2 days or 3 days out of the office or some version of that, workers' comp has become a little more complicated for office risks. And to this extent, you want to make sure that you have your workers' compensation policy set up to provide coverage, not just for your office space in particular, but for employees when they're working at home. Because if they get hurt during the course of duty at home, you want to make sure you have coverage. And especially if one of those employees lives in a different state than where your office is located. Other coverages to consider: employment practices liability, as we discussed before. There are standalone policies. This is employees doing things to each other or having contractors come in. That could be harassment, discrimination, bullying, sexual harassment. I think I mentioned that one. Any of these types of employee-related things, you're going to want to look at cyber liability. Huge risk, probably even more important than your general liability these days. And depending on what you do, you may have errors, omissions, or professional liability exposure as well, not to mention a commercial auto exposure. So what's important is that the BOP, the comp, those are the two big ones. You may want a commercial umbrella, cyber, EPLI. But if you find an agent or an agency or a brokerage or an insurance provider, such as Rogue Risk, that you can trust, you appreciate, is easy to work with, can help you find the right carrier mix, you should be all set. If this is the kind of relationship that you want and Rogue sounds like the kind of company you'd like to work for, give us a call, 518-960-6600. We work with companies throughout all 50 states in the US and can help you find the right coverage. You can also visit us online at roguerisk.com, or I'm sure there's a button or a link somewhere around this video that will help you contact us. Whichever way you choose, we look forward to working with you.